In the beginning of time, there was man. Man desired entertainment, so he created fire. Millennia later, in 1975, the first personal computer was invented by man. In 2004, Mark Zuckerberg created what we know today as Facebook. The origin of Facebook is quite interesting. It started as an idea and morphed into a global internet kingdom. Facebook was predated by Mark Zuckerberg's other website, FaceMash, which he created while he was a sophomore at Harvard. This early version of social networking was much less sophisticated. Its primary function was for college students to use to determine which person out of two given pictures was more attractive. After being condemned by the Harvard administration, Zuckerberg took down FaceMash and launched the Facebook.com in January of 2004. The website had rampant popularity as its base grew to encompass half the Harvard community after just a month. Members of the site soon included students at other prestigious American schools and then spread to every university and college in America and Canada. After its extreme growth began to seem apparent, Zuckerberg moved the base of operations to Palo Alto, California. The very first investment to the company was made by Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal. With the profits of the first few months of its existence, the Facebook.com became Facebook.com through a domain purchase of $200,000. Shortly after the name change, Facebook was open to employees of Apple Incorporated and Microsoft, and soon thereafter, it was open to anything with a pulse over the age of 13 and an email address. Facebook's immediate success was somewhat slowed as a result of the Supreme Court case Winklevoss versus Facebook. The Winklevoss brothers, founders of ConnectU, another social network outlet, accused Zuckerberg of taking script from their company for his own site. After the case, Tyler Winklevoss was quoted saying, "We had a great case, we just didn't have all the evidence." A settlement was ultimately reached in early 2008 that was estimated at $65 million. Mark Zuckerberg was born in 1984 in White Plains, New York. His parents were both educated and working people. His mother was a psychiatrist and his father was a dentist. Mark was raised Jewish in Dobbs Ferry, New York, though he has recently professed himself as an atheist. Zuckerberg speaks 4 languages other than English: Hebrew, French, Latin, and Ancient Greek. As a young man, Zuckerberg was very interested in technology. He learned Atari programming from his father and was tutored in computer science by David Newman. As a young high school student, Zuckerberg created Zuck.net, which functioned as a communication medium from his father's office and home network. This invention would serve as an early form of instant messaging, which AOL would perfect a year later. Also, while in high school, Zuckerberg experimented with artificial intelligence software and was approached by AOL and Microsoft with offers for his Synapse media player. After attending Phillips Exeter Academy, Zuckerberg was accepted to Harvard University, where he was a member of the Alpha Epsilon Phi Jewish frat. Before his FaceMash and subsequent experiments, Zuckerberg made a program called CourseMatch, allowing students to choose classes and form groups. Zuckerberg studied both psychology and computer science while at Harvard. Zuckerberg has quickly become a media juggernaut. His net worth is an enormous $13.5 billion, making him the 52nd richest human being on the planet, according to Forbes. Zuckerberg is an outspoken philanthropist, having donated $100 million to the Newark, New Jersey school system and signing, together with Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, the Giving Pledge, a statement that each man will give at least half of their wealth away over time. Chris Cox is another important man involved in the Facebook organization. He is currently the Vice President of Product and he is the Chief of Staff to Zuckerberg. Cox joined the Facebook team in 2005 and was instrumental in scripting the newsfeed and inbox facets of the website. Now, Cox is the President of Human Resources at Facebook. Sheryl Kara Sandberg is perhaps the most experienced of the Facebook administrators. Her past includes former Vice President of Online Sales for Google and the Chief of Staff of the United States Department of the Treasury. Her current title is Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, abbreviated COO. She has 2 children with David Goldberg, the CEO of SurveyMonkey. She was recently ranked 16th on the most powerful woman in business. Donald E. Graham attended Harvard University, where he was the president of the Harvard Crimson, before becoming a wealthy entrepreneur. Graham worked as a police patrolman in D.C. In 1991, Graham became the CEO and later the chairman of the Washington Post. Graham is also a member of the Pulitzer Prize Board. Tyler Howard Winklevoss was born in Southampton, New York, and raised in Connecticut. He and his twin brother Cameron were born to Howard Winklevoss, who is the chairman of both Winklevoss Consultants and Winklevoss Technologies. Tyler and his twin brother taught themselves HTML coding at the young age of 13. Winklevoss attended Harvard University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics. He continued his graduate studies at Oxford University. While he was studying at Oxford, Winklevoss was a member of their championship rowing team. His undefeated season and obvious skill in rowing led him to participate on the United States Olympic rowing team in Beijing in 2008. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, along with longtime friend Divya Narendra, launched the Harvard Connection as a social site for Harvard students. The site soon morphed into ConnectU and was the fruit of the Supreme Court case brought against Facebook. And now for some startling statistics concerning Facebook. There are over 500 million active users, 50% of which log on to the site daily. The world spends approximately 700 billion minutes on Facebook a month collectively. Businesses in over 190 countries use Facebook as an advertising medium to advance their companies in a variety of ways. 48% of young Americans acquire their knowledge about current events through Facebook. Facebook has had a long story of growth and prosperity. Microsoft purchased 1.6% of the company for a total of $250 million. The primary source of Facebook profit comes from advertising on a global scale. It is because of this widespread activity that Facebook recently created a global headquarters in Dublin, Ireland. Every day, Facebook deletes 20,000 Facebook accounts for a variety of reasons regarding misconduct, inactivity, and etc. Facebook is divided among thousands of people. 24% of the company belongs to Zuckerberg, 10% to Excel Partners, 10% to Digital Sky Partners, 6% to Dustin Moskovitz, 5% to Eduardo Severin, 4% to Sean Parker, 3% to Peter Thiel, 2% to Greylock Partners, 1.3% to Microsoft, 1% to employees and celebrities, and 33% to other groups. Many people argue that Facebook is becoming monopolistic and at this point is too big to fail. The growth of Facebook shows no sign of stopping and appears to have global social networking in a stranglehold. It is likely that the trend will continue for a very long time. Facebook has revolutionized the way that the human race communicates. It has brought people closer together through technology, along the way forming a global empire. Its social impact can be seen in its advertising involvement in shows such as American Idol, Top Gear, and True Blood. Facebook was also an instrumental part of the recent rebellions in Libya, showing its political potential. The evolution of interpersonal communication has been a fascinating timeline, and it has appeared to reach its apex with the combination of Facebook and mobile communication. With these two things, the entire world is literally at one's fingertips.
When I started Facebook, it was built around a few simple ideas. People want to share and stay connected with their friends and the people around them. When people have control over what they share, they're comfortable sharing more. When people share more, the world becomes more open and connected. And in a more open world, many of the biggest problems we face together will become easier to solve. A lot has changed on Facebook since then, but these core principles remain true today.
Yes, I got swagger. Guess I got my swagger back. Guess I got my swagger back. Guess I got my swagger back.